So now we head to our second of 12 races today. Heat 1 for Minimax. Let's have a look at the starting grid. So following on from qualifying earlier on today, Simon Meyer took pole position and will have the 150 of Matthias Schulte alongside Alexander Klugel in the 180 and the 191 of Nein Bretag complete the top two rows. Mika Trapp, the current championship leader, will start on the inside of row number 3 and alongside will have the number 121 of David Girush. Bennett Meyer in the 106 will have Devin Leon Ukar in the 153 alongside, and bringing up the rear in the 10 drivers that will be competing, Kenyon Washington in the 114 and the 105 of Kevin Schneider. We now head on to their formation lap. So at the moment, Mika Trapp has got a little bit of work to do, but remember when he came back fighting earlier on in, earlier on this season, because he effectively managed to get the jump on those drivers at Mulsen. So Simon Meyer and Matthias Schulte will be the ones controlling the pace. Sun continues to beat down here in Kerpen. 26 degrees air temperature at this particular moment. So the drivers still themselves to get ready for racing once again. And now it's go time. Meyer from Schulte, Klugel, Bretag, Trapp, Girush, Meyer, Ukar, Washington and Schneider. That is the 10 strong grid that are assembled here in Minimax. So who's going to get the whole shot? We're about to find out. Out of the final corner, into the tram lines we go. Are we ready? We are off and racing, and it's a good start from Simon Meyer and also Alexander Klugel, who's now gotten past Matthias Schulte for second position. It's getting a bit feisty just from third onwards, as it was nearly side by side through turn 3 for the first time. Now into the far part of the circuit, Alexander Klugel closing in on Simon Meyer through the sweeping S's. So there's a three-way scrap for third, fourth and fifth. It looks like Nein Bretag stuck in the middle, stuck at the back end of that. But Simon Meyer leading the way on the Tony kart in the 145. Alexander Klugel rounding out the top two. Looks like Mika Trapp's made his way up to third place after the first lap, and that is confirmed because now Matthias Schulte down in fourth. Nein Bretag, Kenyon Washington has leapfrogged his way up from 9th on the grid to 6th. He was the bunny hopping curb specialist back at Mulsen, and unfortunately in the final race of the weekend, amidst torrential downpours, the vibrations were so significant that it caused his chain to fall off the sprocket. So Simon Meyer still leads as we're on the road to completing lap number 2 of this race, and in the meantime Matthias Schulte and Nein Bretag have been dropped by the 118 of Mika Trapp. Now the top 3. Half a second separates them at the moment, as Alexander Klugel looking one way, then the other to get past Simon Meyer. Mika Trapp is just waiting. Klugel's trying to go for the old switcheroo, but that won't work there. And that will give the opportunity for Mika Trapp to close on in. And look how close the 118 is to the back bumper of the 180 through the S's. So onto the far part of the circuit, onto the chicane. Well, I think it's more like a straight line chicane, that one. Coming out of the final corner. There goes Mika Trapp. Oh, that was close between him and Alexander Klugel. As now Nein Bretag on the offensive to Matthias Schulte. So battle for second, battle for fourth. Really, really heating up. 4 minutes and 24 seconds plus an additional lap still to go in this first of 2 Minimax heats here at Kerpen. So at the moment, Simon Meyer leads the way ahead of Alexander Klugel. No, but no, not for much longer, because there's Mika Trapp. Mika Trapp managed to plant it round towards the outside in order to defend against Klugel, and Mika Trapp has now gotten up into second. Potential victories on the cards for the 118 in the early stages of this race weekend here at Kerpen.
Kann er da jetzt nach vorne gehen.
And there is still not much to separate some of these drivers. Simon Meyer and Mika Trapp are now 0.6 of a second adrift of each other, but Mika Trapp has just set the fastest lap of anybody. 48.519 on the completion of lap number 5 of this race. Alexander Klugel in third, Matthias Schulte. David Chirush has now got past Kenyon Washington in the meantime for what is 6th on the road. A real shame for the 114, who had managed to catapult himself up into what was 6th position, having started in 9th place on the grid. So effectively, this is going to fast approach a welcome conclusion, dependent on what happens with regards to a little bit further up the order now. Simon Meyer continues to lead, but Mika Trapp has been closing hand over fist. Matthias Schulte being challenged by Nein Bretag at the moment for what is 4th on the road. And effectively, there are the two leaders. Simon Meyer having to battle away with Mika Trapp. Gap was 0.336. It looks to be close than that, because Mika Trapp really picks up speed through the sweeping S-bends. Just over 90 seconds on the clock to go, plus an additional lap. And Mika Trapp senses the opportunity of a victory is on the cards. 48.390 was the last lap time Mika Trapp actually set as we come across the line to complete lap 7. And again, Mika Trapp goes quickest. Gap now down to just under 0.2. Simon Meyer now realising that the fight is on for the lead. Alexander Klugel is now 2.76 seconds off of this battle. But look, there's a skirmish, and that's involving the likes of Matthias Schulte and Nein Bretag. Alexander Klugel has dropped off the bubble, so to speak, as Simon Meyer now finding that Mika Trapp is really pushing the envelope. Mika Trapp looking up the inside but can't get through. Oh, that was close between Mika Trapp and now a nearly side pod to side pod going into, and Mika Trapp's got the lead on lap number 8 of the race. Mika Trapp has managed to thread the eye of the needle and get through. What's more, that now means we go on to the penultimate lap, lap number 9 out of 10, and here comes Simon Meyer up towards the inside, going through into turn 2. But this time Mika Trapp knew the move was coming, waited for it, and decided to keep out of harm's way. Simon Meyer will want that victory, I can guarantee you that much. Through into the next left-hander, then into the S's. So the timer now hits 0. That's it, 7 minutes are up. Mika Trapp still leading. Simon Meyer trying to do his level best. Alexander Klugel still staying in third for the minute, but for how much longer is the biggest €64,000 question we need to be asking right about now. But Mika Trapp will bring them on to the last lap of this first of 2 heats here at Kerpen. So final lap board out. Simon Meyer right in the slipstream going through into turn 2, but Mika Trapp defends as if his life depends on it. And Simon Meyer looking one way, then the other into the next left-hander. Mika Trapp just parks the cart on the apex as required. Alexander Klugel, Matthias Schulte and Nein Bretag still complete the top 5 in this race. David Chirush now over a second ahead of Kenyon Washington. Devin Leon Ukar, Kevin Schneider and Bennett Meyer round out the top 10, but it's going to be a very, very hard-fought victory, and one that he's going to enjoy celebrating a bit later on. So Mika Trapp wins in Minimax here at Heat 1 in Kerpen, and there he goes, celebrating away, punching the air with the right hand. Simon Meyer, 0.3 of a second behind at the checkered flag after 10 laps of racing. Over 11 kilometres, well over 11 kilometres completed in that particular exchange. Well, that just goes to show how close it can be at the end of a race. Alexander Klugel would finish 1.7 seconds adrift down in third place, but by 1.5 tenths would pip Matthias Schulte to the top 3. Naim Bretag a further 1/10 and a bit adrift in 5th place ahead of David Chirush. Devin Leon Ukar, Kenyon Washington rounds out the top 8 ahead of Kevin Schneider and Bennett Meyer, who completes the 10-strong grid of Minimax drivers that have just completed 10 laps of this 1.107 kilometre circuit.
Wir freuen uns gleich auf das Rennen der Montags Junior.